How's it going? Anybody and everybody who might be watching, this is LXT Zombie with another weekday upload. Today, what I have you guys is going to be a really quick one regarding breeding blue axolotls and how I go about it. This is my second. I've got into blue axolotl 2 times now, and each time I did this method. Super easy, super fast. I've had people tell me that it took them around 2 weeks. How did I do it? Or like, what the hell is it? Like, you're super lucky. And I don't think it's up to luck, and I'll explain to you guys why exactly I think that is. Or definitely there is luck, and I am on the better edition of Minecraft, so quick disclaimer, but it will work on Java. The only difference is going to be that I think Bedrock's random number generator, I think, is just a little bit less strict when it comes to mob breeding, stuff like this. We get higher trident drops, and then, higher blue axolotl rates, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But basically, the way this thing works is you sit down here after building the thing and gathering up some tropical fish. You just stand down here and you start breeding up the axolotls, and eventually they'll spawn a baby one, and then they'll get separated because their hitbox is smaller than the adult ones, and then we can take advantage of that using some panes or some walls or fences, whatever, and add a little gap just like this. Now, the only downside to this, we're playing on better condition, so the only downside to this is that it is directional. You guys will see if I build the water stream, separating the adults from the babies facing east or south here, they'll have no problem pathfinding to you. But as soon as you build it facing any other direction, you guys will notice that they aren't able to fight the water stream. I don't exactly know why this is. Now, it's not completely necessary that they float around. You guys will notice if they're close enough to each other, they will be able to breed up a baby. But if they're even a block away from each other, it won't work. They won't be able to pathfind to each other and do the do. So it is directional. You have to build this either facing the positive X or the positive Z here. In other words, either facing south or east. And the other thing is, you guys will notice I have a little enclosure here where I suffocate the axolotls. The reason for this is can I spell strength? If you start killing the axolotl by hand, you guys will notice that they get a negative status effect, and I'm pretty sure this status effect has a chance of spreading to other axolotls, I've noticed in the past. And if they don't, I feel like this status effect impacts your chance of getting the blue axolotl negatively. I don't have any proof for that, and I'm not going to, sit around and do it 3, 4, 7 times to prove that. But I am pretty certain that that is what's going on here. Because they're leaning to the side, and there's a bunch of particles, and I've seen it spread before to a bunch of them. I wasn't able to recreate it there, but I've seen it happen. And when I was doing this, I was doing it, just the regular method, having them in the pool, and then you go down underneath, you try and gather them using. You grab the tropical fish and you breed them up in this, and you try to see there's a mess, and you try to see the babies if they're blue or not, and I would just kill them by hand. And I was doing that for like a solid day, and I didn't get any. It wasn't exactly 24 hours. My gaming sessions are anywhere from a good 4 to 8 hours, something like that. If I really sit down and I'm dedicated to do something. And in that amount of time, I felt like I should have gotten a blue axolotl, and to no avail. I was super unlucky. So finally, I did a little bit of research, and I don't remember who it was, but I saw a Java guy do it like this, where they separated them, and I thought that was super genius. So I thought I'd steal that. Again, I apologize, I can't give credit where credit's due, but I'm pretty sure this is an old method that has been used for a very long time. So to track down who did that and to begin with, Anyways, to avoid that issue, that negative status effect, the way I've been killing them now is you gather them inside of a bucket, just like this. And then any of the ones that you don't want, you can throw them up inside of here, and eventually they'll suffocate because they don't have access to any water, and that'll keep that negative status effect from brewing and, you know, reducing, from what I understand, reducing your chances of getting the baby blue axolotl. These are the materials that you're gonna need. Nothing too crazy. It doesn't have to be tinted glass, by the way. It can be regular glass or solid blocks, whatever you want to build this out of. I just thought I'd make it quick, and it's also not an exact count. I just thought, except for the glass panes and like the sign, the boat, I just thought, you know, cheap, fast, easy. The only thing that you are going to be missing is the actual axolotls. If you don't know how to find yourself the axolotls, you just find them inside of lush caves. And also, I'm doing this off of my realm, a copy of my realm that I've been hosting for about a month and a half now. And you guys can see that I did actually already gather each type, 2 of each type of axolotl here, just so you guys don't know that I'm not lying. I did this one time on a previous realm, and I did this again once I started hosting this one. And again, around 6 hours, you know, 3 hours to gather the axolotls, and then give or take, you know, 3 hours to get the baby blue axolotl. I can't exactly tell you guys how long it took because I didn't really record it or anything, but this is all the stuff that you're gonna need. Super easy, super quick stuff. I would recommend gathering yourself 2 of or 1 each of every axolotl, and then from there you can breed up and add them onto here. So you're going to start off with a 7x7 platform at sea level. From here, what you're going to do, you're going to add in walls, 2 block tall walls, and now you're going to look up at your coordinates, and you want to build this either in the positive X, so this direction facing this way. You guys can see that's the positive Z, so we're going to build this on the opposite end here. I did already do this on the same, but with the positive X. You guys can see, really it's up to you, it's just preference. So I'm gonna build it over on this side. You're gonna come out by 3 just like this, and then you're gonna start off adding a wall up here as well, like so. And finally you're just gonna add in your glass panes, your 14 glass panes. These can also be fences, they can also be walls, or I believe walls will work as well, or the, you know, some iron bars. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna fill these in with water. On this top one, you're only gonna do the backmost row, and then on the bottom one, you want it all to be source blocks, just like this. Lastly, we're missing just 2 things before we can start adding in the axolotls. We need a boat to get in and out the easiest way possible. You know, you just aim up at the boat, jump out, and there you go. And then we also need a staircase to walk up and down our enclosure here. So you just jump in, and just like that. Now you can go ahead and start adding in the axolotls. Again, careful to only add in source blocks in the very back. So you start off with 1 of each. And if I were to hop into, actually, yeah, if I were to hop into survival mode, I'm now free to go down here and start grabbing up the tropical fishes. Once I like to do 16, and you guys will see why in a second, but you can do this. Distribute them, jump down, get the 16 fishes, go up and breed them. Now eventually you will reach a point that you have too many axolotls and they could start lagging your game. So what you're gonna do, you can go to any side, you can build this inside the actual enclosure. It's up to you where you want this, but I like to just build it over here on the side like this. place a sign at the very bottom or a button. It's up to you. And then what's gonna happen is whenever you have an axolotl that you don't want, place them inside of here. You empty that water out, and eventually they'll suffocate. And the reason we have the sign there is that you don't reset the timer whenever you add in new axolotls, basically. So you can just keep adding them, and eventually they'll die, and you won't get that negative status effect that I think impacts your chances of getting a baby blue one. So now what's gonna happen is you're gonna breed them up and just rinse and repeat until you get the baby blue axolotl. And finally, what I would recommend is I wouldn't recommend killing them straight away. I would recommend getting 4 of each type in here. So we're gonna add in an extra 3 of each. So there's 4 types of axolotls, and we have 4 of each type inside of this. So that's 4 times 4, that's 16 axolotls total. And you guys remember I told you that I like using 16 buckets. It's a full stack of buckets. And now what you can do is you can just lay them out like this. You leave 1 slot for your food. You jump down, find the tropical fish, gather them inside of your buckets. Then you come up and you breed them up just like this. And again, 16 buckets equals you get to breed each one of them. You're gonna get 8 axolotls per dive, I guess. And you just keep on doing that. Eventually, a couple hours, you should get it. You could get this. You should be able to get this overnight, or more specifically on the Bedrock edition of Minecraft Java players. I apologize that your game is better than ours. I don't know what to tell you. Aside from that, that should be it. I think we're done here. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this choppy video, this super laggy video. It seems super laggy on my end. Hopefully it won't be as bad whenever I actually get to editing out all the and stuff and stinks. If you guys have any comments, concerns, questions, the comment section is always open. If you enjoy, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, all that type of stuff. Help out the video. This was just a quick one. I just wanted to make this as quick as possible. 1, because my PC's been crashing a lot lately and I'm concerned it was going to happen again. And 2, I was just trying to, get some footage out on the channel so I can keep on get the algorithm running my channel onto the For You pages and stuff like that, or whatever. That's gonna do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, again, do all the stuff. In case I never see any of your beautiful faces again, I hope you have an amazing rest of your lives. Until next time, it was Zombie.